In a life-threatening situation, the average person's heartbeat can be upwards of 175 beats per minute. A well-trained tango is able to stay cool, keep calm. Their heart rates can be 70 to 100 beats per minute. But by the time I'm done, that number goes down to 0.
It's Jason Patton Braxton. I got my AR loaded, let's get to blasting. I'm on the flank, and you know I'm always pistol packing. Enemy on my 6, but my teammates never lacking. Got him with the headshot. Swapping mags, it's a podcast to make your head rock. Got him with the headshot. Swapping mags, it's the podcast to make your head rock.
Welcome back, gamers. That's how I'm going to start the podcast every time now, I think. Well, I won't. Welcome to the unofficial Rainbow Six Siege podcast. I'm talking about swapping mags, and the first thing I will mention is, yes, my voice does sound clear. We got some new audio equipment here. It's going to sound better, but it's not going to sound better when we have two fools on the phone. Braxton and Patrick, what's up?
What's up? It's Brax here. What's up? It's Fat Boy Pat here.
Fat Boy Pat. Everybody knows you as Fat Boy Pat now.
No, I'll tell you something. Right before the podcast, I was wanting to eat, but I didn't expect Braxton to get out so early.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to eat everything from a Bojangles meal in the span of like 8 minutes.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling very full. I'm feeling very full.
Right.
Well, see, what you could have done was when we said, hey, Pat, is 6:30 all right? You could have said, how about like 6:45? Yeah, but I know I could have finished all of it in 8 minutes. You took it as a challenge.
Yeah, you were like, I will finish all this food.
How's the heartburn feel at least? It's going to feel great, I'm sure.
Now, for the people that don't know, Bojangles isn't like a national thing. It's more relegated to the South, right?
I don't think it is that. I think the most north it goes is Virginia.
Okay, so Bojangles is like a, would you say it's like a chicken?
Yeah, it's definitely based, I think it's based off their chicken and sweet tea. It's like just southern, dude.
See, every time I eat it, I have to shit my pants.
I poop like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, is Popeyes national? I can compare it.
Popeyes.
It says Louisiana Fast in their slogan, so I definitely assume it's southern.
It's definitely from Louisiana. But before we get into the podcast, guys, we're gonna do a little shilling. I'm sure you guys saw on the Twitter. I have to burp and I can't. That's not what you saw on the Twitter. We made a Patreon. So for that, if anybody doesn't know what a Patreon is, I guess so we have 3 tiers. I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you guys look at the Patreon that I made?
I did.
Okay. So we have 3 tiers. The recruit gets like basic stuff, like some behind the scenes stuff, a message from us personally. That one's pretty cool. That's only $2 a month. Then we have the hostage killer, which got Fuse on it. It's really cool. That's the medium package. That's like $5, and it gets some other stuff. A bonus episode every week, or every month actually. Not every week. We couldn't even do that.
I was just about to say, woo.
And then then we got the elite skins. That's $7 a month, and that gets you a bunch of extra stuff. Shout it out on the podcast. You get to play with us anytime we're playing. That's a monthly deal also. A bunch of cool stuff. Go ahead.
We are bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, they should know that from podcast 1.
No, I'm terrible.
You're probably one of the better ones.
I've been fluctuating so hard, but we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah. But before I end our shill, I just want to give a shout out to our first Patreon. He went with the big package. He's an elite skin, okay? So I want to thank Randy Brine, my boy.
Thanks, Rando.
Yeah, Randy is the first patron. He will always have the moniker of first patron.
That's cool.
Right. And so we want to thank him.
I should be a patron.
You should. You'll just give us money.
Yeah.
But
I don't like giving you money to buy more equipment.
Right, exactly. But by the end of this, we're gonna have so many equipments.
We're gonna be YouTubes.
Yeah. But I have a
Gonna
cool.
be-
It-
Okay.
No,
I thought you were
okay.
gonna talk over me. That's okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk over you. Patrick, I always have this question every week, and I want you to answer it. Okay? Do you know the question?
Is it gonna offend me?
Yeah.
In some way, like usual?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, keep on going.
Okay. The question is, what's in the canister?
I know what you're wondering. What's in the canister? I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Okay, guys. So, what is in the canister this week? Do we want to get into the listener questions, or do you want to bring up some personal matters first off?
While it's fresh on the brain, I'll just go ahead and say this. We just talked about, like, our performances. I don't know what happened. So, like, I got back on, 2 months ago. I was okay. And then everything has just had, like, such an up and down spike lately. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's me or if the game has just changed so much. I don't know how you guys feel about it. How do you feel like you have been playing as opposed to how you were last year? Because I think you were a lot better than you were. I think you were a lot better last year, both of you. And I think I was a lot better too.
I'll answer first. Here's the thing with my play. I'm always in the middle. I'm never. I won't say never, but I'm never the worst, and I'm never the best. Like, I'll have games where I am top and I'm bottom, but I'm a mid-level player, and I'll accept that. I'm never gonna get to 15 kills a game, and trust me, we've been playing, and I've been playing with people that get 15 kills a game. Shout out to Ethan and Liam, but I'm never gonna get to that. I'm happy with a 6-kill game, maybe an assist. I definitely think I'm getting. I don't know if I'm getting worse or the game is getting more difficult because they're adding more stuff.
Do you think the community is getting better as a whole? Do you think that might be what it is?
Well, I want to talk about the community a bit. I think they are getting better. Pat, what about you? What are your thoughts on this?
I feel like the game's been out so long that people are gonna find like the smallest little thing to improve their game, and now we're seeing like lean spam and crouch spam, and I think it's just Ubisoft hasn't perfectly balanced the game yet that we're seeing all these
Right.
gradual meta shifts.
I would say that it was more balanced than when it first came out, though. I think it's just
sure. There's so many more bugs.
Pro League. I think it's that there's so much more Pro League play that's being seen that everybody's like, oh, that's all I need to do is just do this. Oh, I just need to put my camera here. Oh, I just need to watch them this way. Because when the game first came out, obviously there was none of that. Everything was fresh in everybody's head. But I think everything's so much more public knowledge now as far as strategies to use, and the game's a lot more popular, so people actually watch those videos, that it's becoming more prominent for everybody to be a mid-level player instead of like below average, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, the information just propagates quicker now.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like everybody's gotten better, but me. I feel like I just have not been playing very well ever since I got back on.
I don't think I'm bad. I think I'm kind of above average, I would say.
I agree that
I think so too, and I think all of us are. But like, I'll have 0-kill games, and then I'll have an 11-kill game.
Right.
Like, I don't understand. Maybe it's the maps, because I can tell you that I've never won on the new Hereford base, and I will probably never win on the new Hereford base.
Yeah. Now, to come to defense of somebody, I think Patrick has actually been playing a lot better, and it's actually common knowledge to the people in our group that when Patrick drinks, Patrick becomes even a better player.
Right, but I consider that was like last year that we were all playing, like, because it's almost May, and when we were playing heavily, it was right after the Pro Tour, which was in May.
Right.
And that's when everybody was like, Patrick, why are you playing good? Please stop.
Yeah,
You'd be the one we all pick on again, because now it's either me or you.
Now,
Well, I don't think I've gotten any worse. I feel like I'm the same or maybe a little bit better because I do play without you guys sometimes, and I keep my profile offline just by accident most of the time.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, by accident, my fat nuts.
But I'm just saying, I don't think I'm bad, and the caveat is I do have to have like a beer.
Right.
One beer, and magically I become.
It loosens
Well,
you up.
I think the best I've ever seen you play is when you could hardly talk, like you were slurring your words, but you were crushing people, and you were clutching almost every round. And I was just like, okay,
Right.
cool. But that's my point of the day. Thought of the day, a little tidbit.
So, couple things I want to talk about. First off, Patrick, I'm not going to let you slide and appear offline and play without us. That's really messed up.
I only do it like late at night when no one's on.
So before we get into viewer questions, I want to get into some discussion about maps. And this has been on the Reddit a lot, and I've seen it, and I want to talk to you guys. And this is a discussion. What? Dora?
Map Explorer.
Matt.
Yeah, I got it.
Map.
Yeah, I know.
Map.
Are you happy with the joke you made? Are you okay with it?
Yeah.
All right, great. Great. I'm happy for you that you made the joke. But anyway, people have been asking for reworks of certain maps, and one that, Braxton, I know it's going to hit you hard. Bartlett University, this has been a discussion I've seen on Reddit now, that, here's the exact post. Should Bartlett U return as a rework in year 4? Braxton, your thoughts?
I mean, I feel bad for the people that like that map and they got taken away because it was so bad, you know what I mean? If they reworked it, why not? I mean, it definitely needs reworking if it comes back. Because if it's back, I will not. And if it comes back and it's not reworked, I will never play it. I'll make sure it's off my search parameters.
I understand.
I'm cool with it being reworked. I mean, I think it needs it, obviously.
Now, the first comment here says, I would rather want Cafe or Chalet to have a little rework / buff before this. They are currently in ranked.
Rework would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because there's a little bit of things that I think need to be changed, but nothing like crazy.
So like, would you rather have reworked maps that you enjoy more, or new maps? What are your thoughts?
Well, here's the thing about the rework maps, because look at Hartford Base. Like, a rework map could be like a new map, you know?
But then again,
that one's pretty garbage.
yeah, I was about to say.
What?
You're crazy.
I don't
Tell me
mind
why
it.
that map's good.
It's better than it was.
Wrong.
I agree. I think you're wrong on that one. I enjoy old Hartford Base.
I understand that we're talking of opinions, but you're wrong.
Opinion,
You guys
you're
are
wrong.
crazy.
Every floor is destroyable. The runouts they're so dumb. Everything about the map. The doorways, the way the doorways are, like you could literally camp almost all of those doorways and be fine.
Well, I hated the
Floors are
old one
destroyable.
with
If you got a bug and you got a
non-destroyable
fuse,
floors.
good luck. I don't know. That's the way I feel about the map. I feel like they need to rework ranked maps that need it. So like Chalet, I think could definitely use it. I think, and this is controversial, I think Consulate could use a teeny tiny rework. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit. But like those are the ones that I care about because we play ranked, you know what I mean? Like we don't always play casual, we mostly play ranked. So if they're gonna rework a map that's not even in ranked, then why am I gonna care?
I agree.
What would you?
I don't know if that makes any sense, but this is just for somebody that plays ranked more than they play casual. Would you play casual more, then I would completely understand why you would want reworks of like House and Bartlett University and Sabella and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like the majority of people want to play ranked.
This is a tough question, but what would you add to Chalet?
I feel like,
Or take away?
yeah, I feel like I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like something is wrong with the trophy room. Point.
You think there's too many like access points, or?
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know what it is. That's why I say I can't really put my finger on it. Like, it's the kitchen area where you have the little dining room, the kitchen, and then
Yeah.
further down the trophy room. I don't think
Let me ask this: do you think it's
really
too
bottleneck.
easy to defend, or what? Because I don't mind.
No, I
defending
think
that
it's
position.
too hard to defend, if I'm completely honest. I feel like because a lot of people pick that place first, and it's like, all right, cool, that's easy. And then garage, super easy to pinch everyone.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
don't feel like the rotations are tight enough. I think, or maybe they're.
I think
too
the
tight.
rotations aren't bad with the stairs like right next to that doorway. area.
Yeah, so you would say it was too tight. Yeah.
What would you guys say is your perfect map?
Oregon.
I like that map.
I do really like Border.
Border. See, I've been coming around on, and not even coming around, I've always loved the map. I just, when I see it now, I'm like, oh, this is a great map. I really like Bank. I know there are some issues, and we
Bank's
discussed
really
it earlier, but like in earlier podcasts where like the garage is something that maybe something needs to be fixed, but I really like that map. I like Skyscraper, and when I say Skyscraper, people think tower, not tower. Skyscraper. Skyscraper is great.
I agree.
That's the
I
Japanese
think
map.
Skyscraper.
Yes.
I don't think Skyscraper needs any kind of rework.
Right, that's just like a good map.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree, Pat. Border is great, and I think it's. I remember when we watched the Pro Finals when we went there in May. That was the most exciting map for me.
Right. Yeah. For me too, and I think because before I hated that map.
Yeah.
I hated it. But once I saw people that understood the map, I was like, oh, that's all you have to do.
See, and this brings us back to the point in where we saw something in Pro League or better players, and then it made us better at the game.
Right, and that's I'm going to bring that back to what I brought up before, and that's why I think everyone is so much better than they were before. And instead of being an above-average player now, I feel like I'm just an average player.
Exactly. Something I want to touch on this next week. I want this to be more of a next week's topic. But I saw a video on Reddit about the toxicity of Rainbow Six, and we've touched on that almost every episode. But it becomes more of an issue towards... it's not an issue towards us mostly, but we do receive it. I do want to give a shout-out to all the women gamers out there, especially who play this game. I want to send you guys this link, and it just seems like the toxicity level for them is cranked up to 100. And I'm sure that's for all games, but for this game, it's a big communication game, so they turn their mics on, and they immediately get harassed because they're a girl.
Yeah. Like, it's tough to say don't turn your mic on because, like you said, communication it's 50% or more part of the game. It's huge, and it just sucks that they have a whole aspect of the game pretty much taken away if you don't want to deal with harassment.
Right. See, we'll talk about it more next week, but just like, it's just unfair, and this game it's got a great community, like the people we deal with on the podcast, and they're great people. Some of the best people I've ever made. Not made. I didn't make these people. Met. But like Braxton and I, we're friends with these people. Patrick is a scumbag, and he doesn't have any of this because he doesn't like the fans. He's told us in private he hates the fans.
Now you're a scumbag.
Oh, yeah, I know they are. No, Patrick's one of the best people I've ever met. Pat's a good man. I know I give him shit on the podcast, but good guy. But let me stop lying for a second. Let's go into the listener questions of the week. Hey, remember when we used to do Pat's Problems?
Yeah, he hasn't had any problems lately because he's been playing.
No problem.
Oh!
Braxton's beef. Let's have Braxton's beef tonight.
Okay, we're gonna do both Pat's problems and Braxton's beef. So Braxton's beef we're gonna do first. Yo, let me do a Braxton's beef. Yo, everybody, it's Braxton's beef. Oh my God, it smells like some queef. All right, go ahead, Braxton.
Patrick plays offline.
Oh, that's a Jason Jarvis. That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
All right, that's my
I can't
beef.
think
I'm
of
done.
any J words. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I gave it.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I play solo
No,
games.
it's not. It's not. I don't know shit.
But anyway, let's get into a Patrick's problem. Let's see. What kind of genre of music do you want?
Opera.
Patrick's problems. There you go. Was that
amazing?
Thank you.
Past problem. You know, okay. You guys know I'm a big fan of Blitz, and I'm a growing Blitz main.
Right.
Well, we don't.
Huge problem.
Actually, I've been mating Blitz lately.
You have.
That's okay.
Well, aspiring Blitz main, I should say.
Of course.
Huge problem. The shield is so wonky. Like, I feel like there's been photo evidence multiple times posted on the subreddit where if you're looking at Blitz and you have an angle on them, but when you're playing Blitz, you think you're covered up. That's a huge problem. That's
Yeah,
seen.
I've seen this
And
before.
hasn't been fixed at all.
Yeah, you've sent us this video where on your side you are facing straight. You know, your shield is looked right at them, but on their side you're angled and they see part of your body. It's a client side thing, and this definitely needs to be fixed. If this game is pro ready, and everybody makes that joke, you know, quotations. This is pro league ready or whatever, esports ready. They need to fix this.
I feel like unless you're playing locally, I feel like it's still a problem locally. Like, it's just a glitch in the game, and it's
Right.
been known for quite a while now, and, I mean, it should be fixed.
It's
problem.
It's definitely been
Definitely
happening
a huge problem.
ever since that Elite skin came out.
yeah.
I thought it was the Elite skin at first, but then I saw that post that you sent, so I was like, oh, it's not just the Elite skin.
So with Blitz, I mean, I'm not saying he's not viable right now, but with Blitz kind of glitched out, and you know, I don't see a lot of Montang or Monty play. Do you think shields are like? Do you think there's going to be another shield operator ever, or do you think they're not viable anymore?
I think since they just put out Flash, there probably won't be. But I also think that we've been using shields pretty well lately. I don't know. I
Oh, yeah.
feel like we did. Like, it was last week when it was me, you, and Mitch playing. I was running Monty and, like, just holding a doorway and pretty much being a human drone. And, like, we were working really well with that. Like, it was the game you accidentally killed me, but, like, I didn't even care because we still won.
Oh yeah, I did shoot you in the back.
I
Classic
really like that
stuff.
SpongeBob meme of Monty, where he's standing there menacingly.
I have seen an alibi one of that one too. She's just standing there menacingly. But let's get into viewer questions of the week. By the way, I just saw a picture of somebody wearing a Swapping Mag shirt on Twitter.
Was it the Calvary one?
It is the Calvary one. I just saw that one,
You're hard on it.
and I'm a big fan of it. So thanks to Calvary. He's gonna be on the podcast probably next week. We're probably gonna have him on and talk, you know, his views. He's a plat player, so he's better than us, and we're gonna get.
Definitely a lot better than we are.
Yeah.
So the first question is, this is kind of a joke, but it's also real because he wanted to scrim with us the other day. We had 4 people online. He had 4 people, but Ethan shot it down. He says he just wanted to relax. But let's talk about the idea of scrimmaging against fans and their squads. What do you guys think of that?
Super fun.
Super fun idea, right?
I agree. I'm super down with that.
I think that could be
Probably win, but like I'm so okay with that.
that could be a good Patreon thing. You know, squads with the guys. That would be super fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, definitely something.
How many would we need? 5, 10, 10?
8.
Wait, what?
No, it's $7 for the.
No, I'm saying how many people would we need? Including
Oh,
us
it could be.
and-
It could be. Oh, see, my money's on my mind. On my money. On my mind. On my money. On my mind. What? Oh, I mean, we can do like a 3v3 custom game.
That's true.
Yeah. So, like the other day, we did a custom match where we did the sledge game mode, where one person sledge and everybody else is normal people and they can't attack him. It was super fun. But let's go to the second question of the week. This is from Alex Steel Switch. How would you feel if Gunsmith system from Wildlands was implemented in Siege? I could see this being a great option. Braxton, what are your thoughts?
I read it earlier today, and I got super excited about it because I think it would be I think it would add something to the game that was, I don't know, a completely different mechanic. It would get you more into the game, I think. Get you more invested in a certain operator because I don't know if you guys have messed with the gunsmith mechanic at all or seen it. You guys played Wildlands, didn't you?
I did.
Could you remind me? Could you refresh me?
You pretty much just,
that is.
it's exactly what it is, like verbatim. You mess with the gun and add parts, take away parts like you want to.
I mean, you can do that to some extent.
Yeah, to some extent, but like the Wildlands, I guess like interface
A lot more,
is
yeah.
so much cooler.
Yeah.
It looks so much nicer, and I don't like I said, it just adds something else to the game. It's like the way I look at it is so there was Forza and Gran Turismo, 2 racing games. One was for PlayStation, one was for Xbox. I like to play Gran Turismo more, not just because I had a PlayStation, but because in that game you could literally, the car becomes a diagram and you literally add parts, take parts away. Like, it's so much more immersive.
Right.
That is true. That would
And I
be
feel like it's the same way with the gunsmith mechanic. Like, imagine being able to take Smoke's gun apart and do what you want with it.
Right.
Instead of just like, oh, I'll add a grip on it this time.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, I mean, would you say that they would give them the 2 gun options, or would you give them every gun option and then pick which one you want?
I would still say, I'd still say the ones that they have.
Okay, and then just make it
Because
whatever
I think
you
that's
want.
what makes the operator, you know?
Right. So how would you
Yeah.
differ it from the one we have now? Like, if you gave Jaeger, would you give Jaeger his ACOG back, or what? What do you?
I think they would keep it the same attachments that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just add different little things like firing pins, springs, backstops.
Okay.
Different kinds of foregrips besides just the angled grip and the foregrip, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're
also feel
lacking
like
there.
It may should just be its own game mode too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
Because I feel like there's a lot that goes into that can sway the game in one direction or the other.
I get that. That's something we've been
Like
talking
having
about
more
for ages.
overpowered shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, put this firing spring combo with this backstock and this foregrip, and you can laser beam anyone. Like, nobody wants that.
Right.
I'm not knocking what the system in place is, because I do like the system that's in place. I usually just put the same shit on every gun. But
Right. Yeah. Well, we got one more question this week, and it is from Muscles, and it's a great question, guys. You ready for it? Where the hell is Year 4 roadmap?
hello,
Yeah. Where is it?
Patrick. Where is it, dude?
I think we have to talk to Dora about the roadmap, guys.
I'm more
back
like
to earlier.
I'm more of a ways shooter, if I'm honest, but
I'm gonna start
Jason,
looking for new people to be on this podcast. All right, so
Sorry you don't like my humor, Jason.
I love your humor, Patrick.
I don't know where the roadmap is, but I think we're pushing on it. I think we need it.
I agree. So here we go. So we talked about the speculation for these operators. And you know, we could go and we could pitch the operators that we want. We've been doing that since day one. But is there something maybe non-operator wise, maybe a gun you want to see in the game, maybe a map idea you want to see in the game? Again, we've talked about this before, but let's get into more detail. Maybe you've got some changes in your thoughts. Like, I know people... Go ahead.
I have a big point to year 4. I think we should have Operation Health Part 2.
Would you be okay with that? People were mad that we got Operation Health 1, but do you think Operation Health is needed?
I think Operation Health is definitely needed because, I mean, we just talked about a bug in the game today, and, I mean, I could have a pass problem for every single bug if I really wanted to. Like, there's a lot in the game. That's for sure.
Right. I agree.
Well, I think there's literally no way they'll ever make a game that doesn't have bugs.
Right.
I've never played a game that didn't have bugs.
I mean, I've played games that are super polished, but, I mean, you'd have to really, really try to mess up the game, you know?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Now, but why do you think these people, the Ubisoft people, get away with, like, if they're going to implement a season, whatever, why don't they just fix the game, like, behind the scenes instead of making it its own thing? Like, that's what everybody else does. You know, if Battlefield is having problems,
I get what you're saying.
they're not going to have Operation Health. They're going to just fix the game, but also give you what you paid for.
Right.
You know, I paid for the
I
season
get
pass,
that,
and
but-
I wouldn't be happy with Operation Health Part 2. Just fix the damn game and give me what I want.
Yeah, and move on. Yeah, exactly.
I totally get it, but, I mean, I'm no game developer at all.
You're not?
I've dabbled in it none, but I'm sure it's a very hard process to go through and, you know, fix bugs.
Well,
Right.
I think it's hard, but at the same time, I just feel like, and I brought it up before, I just feel like there's a good bit of laziness going on.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we don't want to rush to get this done or work hard to get it done, so we're just going to skip giving you guys some operators and call it a day.
Right.
Because that doesn't hurt us in the end.
So,
Blah, blah, blah.
is there a gun that you want in Rainbow Six?
Let's
It's
do
not
it.
currently in the game.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'd have to really think on that.
All right, I'm going to pick mine while you guys think about it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I want an operator with a one-bolt sniper, like a bolt-action sniper rifle, one shot, bang.
I think we would need a more open map for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I want a character with a sawed-off for a secondary.
Ooh.
Sawed-off double barrel.
And, like, more viable than a Mira shotgun, right?
Right, yeah, and not like the long-range buckshot of the Korean operators. I
Yeah.
mean, like, just sawed off, spreads like crazy. If you're in front of it within 5 feet, you are dead.
Okay, what about an operator where his main gun is a grenade launcher?
So, yeah, I mean, you'd have to have, like,
I would say it would be too overpowered because then you can just keep people out of
you'd
corners.
have to have, like, 2 bullets max, and it has to be, like, impact grenades or something like that.
I don't know, maybe if it bounces off the wall. Like, what if he gave him 6 shots and an underwhelming sidearm pistol?
Well, it's still really easy to move someone out of a, like, corner, you know, because that would be the main reason you used it was to move someone
Yeah.
from space in a room.
Right.
So really, you just, as long as you clear out the rest of the room or the rest of the area, you get to the site, you clear it out with grenades. You know, no one's in the corners, so you just walk in, or they move and someone else shoots them. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like it's a little overpowered.
Spitballing.
Personally,
Just spitballing.
Yeah, no, I think it would be cool if they did it on like an underbarrel, maybe.
Right. Like maybe like a buck thing.
Like buck, but with like 2 or 3 grenades.
I like that idea. But
That would be
we kind of have like the Ash and Zofia.
Yeah, but hers sticks. It doesn't really bounce off like you're saying. That's why I think
Right.
it would be cooler if it did bounce off. Like just an underbarrel grenade launcher would be done.
I agree.
Give it 2 shots, you get 2 chances to move someone out of corners.
Ooh, back to the gun. I think the Vector would be pretty cool. I mean, then oh wait, no, that's mirrors. That's mirrors.
Yeah, I was about to say Mira has a Vector.
Ah.
Why don't you play Mira more, Pat?
I feel like that role is taken in group for sure.
I don't.
I mean, do you play Mira?
I don't play mirrors at all. I don't even have her unlocked.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you were playing with her like while you were offline or what.
Right, like playing with
no.
your other friends.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we've learned a lot about you, Patrick. That's all I'll say.
We miss you.
You guys are terrible.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sure Patrick has another podcast with other guys.
I don't. And
Swapping magazines.
We've all.
Yeah, swapping magazines. It's called Changing Mags. All right, guys. So we had a great podcast today. Is there any other final words you want to say before we head out of here?
Nope, I'm good.
Yippee doo. It's my catchphrase.
Yippee doo.
Yeah.
That's your catchphrase? Do you want it on a t-shirt?
What's new skill?
Yeah. This quote. This quotation
I want
marks
to talk
on the
about
back.
how I'm in my neighborhood right now, and I'm almost at my house, but these people are parked in the middle of my road.
Oh, there you
I
go.
literally can't get through them.
Maybe we'll have Braxton get murdered on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be sweet. No, they just...
Antagonize them.
Yeah. Hey, losers.
All right, well, I got through it alive, boys.
Darn. Well, guys, this has been a great podcast, and I'm glad we did it. Let me, Instagram, go there. Twitter, go there. Be a Patreon. Give us all your money.
All of it.
And if you don't want to give us money, Amazon, give us your money there. Shirt. And
Follow us on Twitter.
follow us on Twitter. Did I say that?
Definitely do that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that's about it.
This episode is brought to you by Patrick being a bad friend,
Chicken.
Big C's Bagel.
Big C's Bagels,
Yeah.
and Pelican Snowballs.
Sacramento Studios.
By the way, before I let you guys go, my favorite game of all time, you guys know what it is?
Overwatch.
It's
Nope.
Super Mario 2.
Super Mario. No, Hitman. My favorite game of the Hitman series, Hitman Blood Money, is getting a remaster. It comes out tonight at midnight, and you know I'm going to be on that, boys. I'm going to be on that. So,
I can't wait for you to play. You gotta let me know how it is.
oh, it's going to be great. But anyway, guys, don't forget to swap those mags. And if this was Patrick's other podcast, I would say,
Jesus, Meg.
don't forget to change those mags.
Life-threatening situation. The average
All right,
person's
peace
heartbeat
out,
can be
boys
upwards
and
of
girls.
75 beats per minute.
Bye.
A well-trained tango is able to stay cool, keep calm. Their heart rates can be 70 to 100 beats per minute. But by the time I'm done, that number goes down to 0.